Nobody told me you could just walk into a gallery, look at everything, and leave without spending a single dollar. I thought you had to buy something to justify being there. That misunderstanding kept me out of galleries for years, and it keeps a lot of people from ever starting a collection. So let me save you some time and tell you what I wish someone had told me earlier. Art collecting is not a billionaire's hobby. It is not an exclusive club. It is not something you need an art history degree to participate in. What it actually is, at its core, is buying things you love, slowly with some intention behind it. That is the entire game. Here is the thing the auction headlines will never show you. When a painting sells for $90 million, that makes the news. When someone buys an original drawing from an emerging artist for $250, nobody writes about it. But the second thing happens 10,000 times more often. Original work, made by hand, signed by the artist, exists at every price point. The market is bigger and more accessible than you have been led to believe. Before you buy anything, spend time just looking. Most new collectors want to skip this part and go straight to purchasing, but your real taste takes time to surface. Go to galleries, which are free to enter. Go to open studios. Browse artists on Instagram. Screenshot everything that catches your eye without overthinking why. Do that for a couple of months and then look back at what you saved. Patterns will show up that you did not consciously choose. That is your eye showing you what it actually wants, not what you think you should like. Once you know roughly what you are drawn to, set a budget for the year. Any number works. $500 is a real budget. So is $5,000. The point is to decide in advance, so you are not making emotional decisions late at night on a website. Then think in tiers, prints and limited editions at the entry level, original works by emerging artists in the middle, which is the sweet spot for most people building a collection. Investment grade pieces further up, which most of us will not touch for years, and that is completely fine. A strategy worth stealing from personal finance is buying steadily instead of saving up and making one big purchase, a piece every few months. This keeps you learning, builds range in your collection, and spreads your risk. It also means you are always looking, always paying attention, which is how your eye gets better. When it comes to where to buy, you have more options than ever. Online platforms like Artsy, Saatchi Art, and Tappan are good places to explore, but my favorite route is buying directly from artists. Find someone on Instagram whose work you love and just message them. Ask if they sell directly. Most do. You will often pay less than gallery prices, and you will have a real story attached to the piece. Before you commit to any purchase, ask questions. What is the edition size if it is a print? Does it come with a certificate of authenticity? What is the medium? Do a quick search on the artist to see their exhibition history and confirm this is someone with a real practice. If you are buying online, ask for photos in natural light. A seller who hesitates to provide them is telling you something. Now, the most important thing I can tell you about emerging artists specifically: most art does not appreciate in value. The majority of what you buy will be worth roughly what you paid, or less if you ever tried to sell it. And that is completely fine, because you are not buying it as an investment. You are buying it because you love it. If it goes up in value someday, that is a bonus. Anyone selling you art primarily as a financial play is selling you something else. A collection is different from just having a lot of art on your walls. A collection has a thread running through it, even a loose one. You do not need to plan this rigidly, but over time, start noticing what connects your pieces. A medium, a mood, a generation of artists. That thread is what makes a collection feel like it says something about who you are. Start with one piece. Let it teach you what you like. Build from there. The only thing standing between you and being a collector is the first purchase. Everything else follows from that.